Alright guys, welcome to Doozer Shop. It's nighttime, 9 o'clock. I just came out here, October 1st, and we're at the shop. I just walked out here. Let's go inside. Just came out to show you guys a late night video. I don't usually do videos this late, but I wanted to show you guys something. So I always leave one light on in the shop. It's one of those LED lights. It's only like 3 or 4 watts, and I leave it on my workbench, so when I walk in I always have something, some light to see. I just like it. It's a night light. Like I say, with LED technology, it's only 3 or 4 watts, and look how much light it gives. But anyways, I'm going to turn on the fluorescent lights and show you guys something I got from work today. Okay. So, welcome to the shop. What I wanted to show you is this. I hung it on the wall next to the light switch and everything. Kind of get you straight on and steady. Alright. US multi-miller. This was on a machine in the dumpster at work. I was headed for the dumpster. And it was a US Machine Tools horizontal milling machine. It was a production mill. I snagged the tag off of it because it's beautiful. That's cast iron, and you know, it's about the shape of it's about the size of my hand. It's kind of the shape of a football. But anyways, US Machine Tools. First off, I believe this machine was a 1955, 1956, 1957 model. So US Machine Tools made these small horizontal mills, and they might be associated with, and I'm not sure, maybe you guys can leave a comment. US Machine Tools was very similar to Burke, B-U-R-K-E, and they called them US Burke. I think they merged in later years. Also, Powermatic came out of these guys' conglomeration, and Nicholas. So it was Nicholas, US Machine Tools, and you know, Burke and Powermatic. But yeah, this is it. This tag is, like I said, cast iron, and it's beautiful. This is a production model. It had rapids and power feeds, but they're all kind of similar in architecture, these machines. This had a lot of power feeds and a lot of rapids. Not a very big machine. It might have been like a number 9 Brown and Sharp taper. It was that old. But let me get you a little closer. I just thought this thing was so cool. It's all raised surface. Just look at the colors. That black is almost like a Japanning type paint, and the orange, it looks like a football. But I just wanted to give you guys a nice shot of this. I think it looks great hanging in my shop. I saved it. The rest of the machine is on a slow boat to China, well, eventually. But I like saving old industrial stuff. So yeah, I just wanted to show you guys that. So I hung it on the wall. I got a picture of my fire truck up there and license plates, and those hearts are from my niece Alexa. And you know, just the typical stuff on my my workbench. Well, this is not the workbench. It's the the prelude to the workbench. This is where the beer's in the fridge, and that's the workbench. But yeah, there it is. So anyways, want to show you some other stuff. Oh, before we get too far along, this thing had, turn my light on, it was all full of this iEasy green paint, the 2 L's in milling. Some of it came off pretty easy, some did not. So I scraped all the paint off with the dental pick, all the green paint. I didn't want to use paint stripper because I wanted to preserve the black and orange. You know. So anyways, awesome addition to the shop. Some nostalgia, 1955, 57. Really awesome. I had to hang it on the wall on 2 nails. It's great. Oh, so more interesting content. So the planer, the Rockford open side planer, is right where we left it, of course, in the last video. Some of you may have noticed that the hand wheel had some spokes missing out of it. So this is where the hand wheel goes. This is the hydraulic step over for the power feeds. So what I got here, the shaft is 5/8 of an inch with a 1/8 keyway. And that's kind of what that was. But like I say, this pulley was tacoed. Someone repaired it. It's crooked. It's pieces missing. It's horrible. But that's a Bridgeport crank handle, folks. Like I said, 5/8 with an 1/8 inch key. That fit right on there. I got to narrow up the center ball because I can't screw the nut on without thinning it up some. But you know, it's a jam up fit, and it matches the handles on the machine that are already there. So that's going to go on there. I'll have to get another one for my Bridgeport. One of my subscribers to the channel has already taken a look in his inventory and found a spare handle for me, so I'm going to go ahead and modify this one and eventually get that one to replace the one on my Bridgeport. So anyways, the shaper's there. I put the table back on. This is a little side accessory table. Someone had MIG welded this many years ago, and I took it off for transport and I bolted it back on. Just did a little wire brushing on it. Keep the patina for now. So anyways, right in front of it I got the Deckel FP1. Don't know if it's going to stay there. In the back I got my horizontal bandsaw underneath the cabinet. This is kind of different. I pushed the K.R. Wilson hydraulic press back here up against the wall with my metal supplies. So I got about, like I say, pardon the ladder obscuring the view, 26 maybe 30 inches between here, and I got about the same between the welding bench. So it's a little tight, but not bad. So where the K.R. Wilson used to be, which was in front of the Giddings and Lewis, I got the inspection bench. So the green K.R. Wilson press went up against the wall, and the inspection bench went here, and it's on wheels in front of the good old Giddings and Lewis. And what I did was, back where the K.R. Wilson is now, used to be the Dual bandsaw. So now I moved the Dual bandsaw. Geez, I gotta back up. there it is. It sits where the inspection table sits. So I shuffled the inspection table, the dual bandsaw, and the K.R. Wilson press. And, you know, I still got my my roll around parts tank here, but I'll kind of walk to the back side. I was actually cutting some wood on it the other day, repairing the roof of the shop, cutting rafters. Oh yeah, all right. So this is the HLVH, and I got the dual fit right in here, right up against there, and there's actually a bit of space here next to the Harding. The table overhangs a little bit, kind of, but we got plenty of room. It's big and bulky, but it just kind of fits in this corner between the Harding and the Tsugami lathe. And of course, we have the oil can collection on the back of the mobile wash sink. So let's see here. So on the Tsugami, I got the old OC white lamp, and I changed out to an LED, one of those. Probably blowing you out. It's one of those classic filament-looking bulbs, but it's an LED, but it produces virtually no heat. Now this is cool. I stuck on the wall my Vimco Victory in Manufacturing, made in Buffalo, Holland, New York, actually, but Buffalo. So that's cool. These only had a clamp on this straight part. This clamp I added. It's an electrical, you know, conduit clamp. So I put that up there. So it's, you know, it got the flexible whatever. I love the bell shape of these. But yes, made in Buffalo, New York. And I just stuck it on the wall to light up. I got my chucks there. That's a table I brought home from work that they were throwing out, and I put a new top on it. And I got my chucks for the Tsugami and the stuff for the 13 Brown Sharp 13 there. But I needed something on the wall to light up this area. So I got a cool little area here. A narrow table for chucks, and it serves the needs of the lathe and the cylindrical grinder here. So yeah, pretty happy about my repositioning. I got my new light on the wall. I changed out the bulbs, and like I said, I got the dual. And this is not the most optimum place, but for now, it's going to work until I get the high bay going. I can probably move the dual out to the high bay. All fabrication stuff I want to have in the high bay: the welding bench, the big dual, the little horizontal bandsaw, probably the press. I don't know what else. Did some work on the. Let me get this off of here just to show you guys. This was a Czechoslovakian copy of a workhead for a Cincinnati tool cutter grinder. I think it's a tool cutter grinder. But you can see the gears in there. This is a gear shift. It's 3 speeds. Yeah. So the counter shaft. So the motor, the armature is here. It's that little white gear down there, and drives this is the counter shaft, and then this is, you know, the output shaft. And one of the problems was this shaft was really tight to fit in the bearings. So what I did is I took the snap ring out. I surface ground 12 thousandths off the thickness of the snap ring, and that allowed the bearing to come out a little bit because there was no clearance. It was just way too tight. So that's fixed, and a pulley goes on there, and a belt goes on. I got the pulley and the belt, and that's 5 Morse taper. So that's super excellent. So I can put the seal back in. I did not monkey up the seal. And so, I mean, you can spin it with your fingers now. Before, you couldn't spin this to save your life with you had to use channel locks or something. It was awful. So I got the motor and the pieces on the floor. It was sort of like a mini project to fix this. So now I can put it back together, put the motor back on it, I'm probably going to get a different belt because the pulley's so small. I want a segmented belt for a tighter wrap. But anyways, so that was a mini project, mini update. What do I got? Oh yeah, I got a handy book for you know, my tool and gauge maker lathe. Boy, it's even got like original little paper clipped in piece. So I was at the Hendy factory in Torrington, Connecticut. Yeah. So real happy I got the Hendy book on eBay. I think I paid 22 bucks for it. Anyways, so it's reunited with the lathe again. But anyways, that's my quick update. I got the bandsaw moved over, and I'm still, working on stuff. Very happy to have the Rockford planer. So happy. That is really a nice machine. Absolutely. I did a little bit of work on the handle. The hydraulic feed lever on and off. Gotta kneel down. It gets you there. So this thing was bent. It was bent there. You can see I straightened it, the heat marks from the torch.